Are you currently going through a difficult time? Maybe you're a little sad and depressed and you're just not able to get over it. Or are you feeling anxious, worry, and you just want answers? And this is causing you to feel these things about anxiety, right? Well, I want to share with you things that you can do and will put you back in the driver's seat and creating the life that you want to live. Hello, I'm Anthony from strongmencoaching.com. And I want to share this very important information with you because when I first learned it, it was something that, I think when I first learned it, I didn't know or realize how powerful it was until you get to that point where it hits home, or it hits you harder, I should say, where you come to the full understanding of it. So I want to share this with you today so that you can feel better about your life no matter what's going on. So what causes sadness and depression? Well, one of the things is that we're often, and almost too often, thinking about the things that we wish would have happened in the past. Things that perhaps we should have done, could have done, would have done, just to have something to have happened in the past be different than what transpired. And when we think of those things, what kind of emotions can you imagine are going to happen to you when you're thinking about those things that you cannot, there's nothing you can do to change those things that happen. So this is often the cause of sadness and depression in our life. We keep thinking about the past of things that wish would have done, wish we would have done things differently, wish I would have said something different, all those things that you cannot change. So that makes us feel sad. It makes us feel depressed on things that we wish we could change, but we can't. One of the best things that you can do is accept what has happened, forgive yourself, perhaps, forgive others, and realize that it happened in the past and let it go. And use this present moment, this what you have control over, you and your thoughts and your beliefs and your understanding, to create a better moment for you in this moment right now. So let's talk about anxiety and worry. When we often feel anxiety or worry, it often has to deal with the future. Things that we don't have answers for, or things that we don't know can happen or are going to happen. So it leaves us in a state of feeling anxious, where we just want the answer. We just want to know, am I going to get that job? Is she going to stay with me? Am I going to get a promotion? All these things are in the future. And until that time comes, there's nothing that can be done. So thinking about those things is what's causing oftentimes the anxiety, the worry, and it really doesn't do any good for us to contemplate on those things that they're in the future. All we can do is this present moment, once again, this present moment of preparing ourselves the best that we can for that future, whatever that may be. But just more importantly, just living in this moment. The future will come. The future will eventually come, where you will know if you get that job, if she's going to stay with you, if something's going to happen that you're worried about, if you're going to get that promotion, or you're going to get hired, you're going to get the job, whatever it may be. That's in the future. And when that time comes, that's when you deal with the situation. So let's recap this. Sadness, depression is often the cause of thinking about things that happened in the past, and there's nothing we could do about it. The best thing for you to do is to accept it, to learn from it, take the lessons, take those lessons, take them now, learn from them, that perhaps in the future you may face them again, and realize that there are things that you're going to make a decision and hope that it's the best, but you will always learn something. And that's, I think, the most important thing to take out of the things that have happened to us from the past, because there's nothing we can do. It's just accepting it, perhaps being grateful for it, because now you know yourself more. You now have more knowledge and information that can help you in the future, that can help you later on in life. You now are more aware of new things, and that's going to help you in dealing with life differently. And the anxiety and the worry about the future, oftentimes that's what's happening. We're thinking about things in the future that we just have no way of knowing. It's going to come in the future. And when that does happen, that's when you will deal with it. If you get, thinking about, what's going to happen if you get hired, if she stays with you, if you are, going to get promoted or what have you, those things will come. But it does nothing for you in this moment other than cause you to be anxious and worry. Those times will come and you will get the answers. It may not always be the answer that you want, but you will get the answers. And they can be or it can happen exactly how you want it to be. So think about these two things: the sadness and depression, anxiety and worry. Those are things that are not here in this present moment. This moment that you are now watching this video, this moment that you are now living, is an amazing place to be, because you can realize that you have more power in your ability to be happy, to be excited about life, to be joyful, to be grateful for all these amazing feelings that I believe you want to feel. So when it comes to any difficulties that you might be facing in this moment, ask yourself, am I thinking about things from the past that are negative, things that I wish would have happened, things that I would have, could have, should have done, all these things that you cannot change? It happened. Or are you thinking of the future and how that's causing anxiety and worry and perhaps doubt? Ask yourself, is that what's happening? And if so, bring yourself back to this moment that you're living, that you haven't created another past, another where you can be doing the things that you want to be doing. And the things that are perhaps going to happen in the future, they're going to happen. And you're going to be better prepared to deal with those. Because when you're in the moment of those things happening, that's when to take that information in and make a decision. But there's one thing to keep in mind, is that hindsight, as you have heard, is 2020. There's always going to be things from our past that we wish we would have done differently. The past are things that we can learn from, but not keep ourselves there where we're feeling sad and depressed. So take those lessons and appreciate them, that they have made you who you are today. In the future, that will come. But in this moment, create your future where you're living your life to the fullest. You are happy, you're excited. Be excited about those things, because you're doing things right now to create an amazing future. Continue to think about these things, ask yourself these things, but the power comes from this present moment. I'm Anthony from strongmencoaching.com. Check out my other videos here to help you in building confidence, having great relationships, and building an incredible life that you can be proud of.